Why's my camera like that? What, man? What? Oh, man. What's up, people? What up? Y'all know the vibes, man. As per usual, I hope y'all having a great day. I hope that y'all got a chance to serve y'all purpose at some given point. Whatever time that y'all might be watching this, that might not be catching this live, it's still kind of fairly early in the afternoon. I might not be on here long because I gotta head out pretty soon. But yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while. I hope all is well with y'all folks. I hope all has been well with y'all folks, man. Seriously. This world is going nuts, so but don't go crazy with it. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going, everybody? How y'all doing today? That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Nice. That is nice. Is it early for you guys? It's around 1 p.m. for me. This is like early for you guys? What is going on? What is going on? What up, everybody? Nice. I'm at church. It's 1:09 p.m. That's what's up. 1 p.m. Okay. Everybody on Eastern Standard Time. I'm at church. Oh man. I hope that the sermon that you're listening is pretty good. I hope that this live isn't distracting you. I hope that this live isn't distracting you. Get a job. Get a job. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Man, don't be mean. So listen up. I'm gonna start this off. 10:09 p.m. Oh man. What time zone is that? To be at nighttime. Maria? What time zone is that? That's late at night. Must be on the other side of the globe. Aerosmith. I'm named after a band. I am spam liking a rock band. Yeah, I know a song by Aerosmith, Walk This Way. Yeah, what time? Yeah, I'm curious. What time zone is that for it to be like 10 o'clock at night? That's pretty late. That is pretty late. So, I titled this live Improve the Form. I just got done talking about skill enhancement, and I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys a little bit about that as well before this podcast episode uploads. And the importance of not mixing up what your goals are in life with what your purpose is in life, and that they're two distinct things. Because oftentimes, uh, Jacinta Collin, I hope that I pronounced the name right. If I did mispronounce, I do apologize. I appreciate it. But not mixing up goals and your purpose in life. And one thing that I have been talking about greatly is the difference between who you are and what you have to do. A majority of people confuse who they are with what it is that they're doing and living their life for outer events and things instead of from living from what's internal within them. So there was this plan, 5-step plan of action that I created probably like 4 or 5 years ago to help someone that's struggling with procrastination and developing a skill with how to put it in the context to make it simple. But the most important thing is you got to find a way to take action towards that. And by doing that, you are improving on a form that can be not only beneficial for yourself, but beneficial for the people around you. Ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, for the human race, as drastic as that sound. But I want you guys to fully understand that you are a reflection of all of humanity. You, you yourself. And there is great responsibility in being a reflection of all of humanity. And we all share that great responsibility with each other. We all share that responsibility with each other. A lot of people think that by achieving their goals, that's what's going to bring them fulfillment and achievement. But what can very well happen at the end of that tunnel is just that you're being left empty from chasing something, and now that you acquired it, you are void because there is no what's next. Because the purpose lied in this thing that you now got. Have you guys ever got like a car that you like always wanted, or just like, for example, just in the context of just having a car, period. And then once you got the car, and after a while, it's just like, this was cool. It felt better when I was like dreaming about this car and trying to get this car. Now that I got it, I'm so used to it now that it don't really mean anything to me. It don't really mean anything to me. You ever got that feeling? And not just even a car, but just anything. You wanted something so bad, and then once you actually got it, you're like, eh, oh, I don't really care for it. It's not like you consciously thinking about that, but you like unconsciously thinking about that. So many people are chasing materialistic things right now that at the end of the day, they don't know what they really want filled within them. And more so, in its essence, It's a spiritual void that's empty, not a physical one. And a physical thing that you're chasing is not going to fill that spiritual void. It's not. It won't change anything. So this is something that I read on my podcast not too long ago, and I'm gonna read to you guys, and I hope that is somewhat helpful. I hope, but it says they're talking about this 5-step plan of action. When applying a 5-step plan of action, it is important to know its limitations. The application of this process is only useful for practical means, specifically for skill enhancement slash development, which can possibly lead to a more orderly personal world. Even though the goal may be accomplished in due time, I encourage one to not confuse the achievement of goals or failure of its attainment with one's purpose. Goals are simply a form of expression that connects what's unseen to something that can be recognized in one's outer life. Do not confuse what purpose and goals are. This leaves one empty and void when achievement and outer things is acquired. When these simple steps and methods, with these simple steps and methods, one can be grounded in an act of service through a function that is a more specific version of a form. Through this method, one can see in their inner life the birthplace of their purpose and know that purpose for all living things is innate and that the universe, even though physical, has qualities that are unseen to the human senses, which ultimately point to spiritual qualities. Giving yourself to outer events and things solely will leave your spiritual life barren if it is neglected. Bringing your spirit to the physical world will bring order to your soul, which will help you align your body to your purpose. Use the 5-step plan of action to bring your idea to results as a way to test it out, but don't use it to discover the purpose and a reason for why you exist. Let life teach you that through living accordingly to the spirit of truth, which operate in all things natural and harmonious, that ultimately lead to unity, simple observation of the natural world will show you such things. The 5-step plan of action is helpful for skill acquisition and development when you are looking for a direction and also productivity. So, goals help you be more productive in life, but goals don't necessarily help you with finding your purpose. It just helps you with developing a skill and being productive in life if you struggle with procrastination or you reach the ceiling point with a skill that you have or a form that you partake in. So in order for you to improve the form, you got to have a certain function. And the example that I use for this is my day is going well. How's your day going? But an example of like a function to a form is for a form would be fitness, and a function to fitness would be like sports. An example that I gave for that is basketball. And there's so many different forms in the world that you can partake in to contribute as an act of service into the world. But it's simply a matter of taking action towards that thing instead of sitting around and letting life just go by and happen around you and you not contributing towards that. Because at the end of the day, everybody has a part to play. And I think a disconnect with people comes from them feeling as though they're not playing a crucial part to life in a productive way. I think that social media is not helping in that regard. It's encouraging people to be unproductive. It's encouraging people to be less of themselves and is encouraging people to be extremely passive. Another little subtle thing that social media is doing is getting people to be examples of other people. And right now we're losing the essence of what it means to be unique and authentic But the minute that something trendy pops off, everybody got to hop on that train while it's hot. And then the next week is going to just on having to like change. Like it ain't nothing. So the people are of today is going to be yesterday and tomorrow's world that's easily forgot about. Don't live for outer events and things. Live simply for the spirit of truth that's dwelling inside of you. And by you doing that, you're not going to mix up what you are doing as if that's who you are. Who you are is going to be expressed automatically through what you are doing. That's the natural order of life in itself. And if you're living through what you're doing as if that's who you are, something deep down inside of you is going to feel as though something is off. And at the end of the day, you're living a lie. And you're going to be wondering where is the real you at? And you're not going to find the real you in outer things. Because outer things that's beyond you is ultimately in darkness. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not to you guys. I'm just trying to explain that, I guess, as clear as I possibly can for myself. Is that helpful? Does that make sense? Do you guys recognize that everybody is being an example of other people? And people have a hard time with being themselves? Oh, wow. Yes. And if I may ask, why do you guys think that it's so hard for people to be themselves right now? What is the challenge within that? What is the challenge within that? Because it's happening more and more frequently. And the scary thing is what's going to happen to the generation that's coming up in the world right now that didn't know what the world was like pre-technology, pre-social media. If you walk around in a public center right now, if you go to a mall, if you go to a shopping center and stuff like that, people, for the most part, will be looking down. People will be looking at their phone and scrolling away. And I'm going on a limb with saying this. It's not like they like looking at anything important to begin with. It's like an addiction. It's like a drug. I do the best that I can for the most part every day to deliberately have my phone in my pocket and be looking around and interacting with what's going on around me. I go out my way to try to do that. And sometimes I do be feeling like an eyeball, but I stop caring. I really stopped caring. Everybody's like in their own little world anyway. That's another thing. Don't let the thought of other people hinder you away from you achieving your goals and ultimately from you discovering your purpose and living your purpose out. And worrying about what other people would think and stuff like that. People don't really even care. People, for the most part, are thinking about themselves. Human beings are naturally selfish. If y'all haven't noticed that in your personal life, how selfish people can be. And even sometimes when they're being nice to you, you know, they're ultimately trying to get something out of you. And they're buttering you up to use you. Human nature is very, very wicked. It is. Human nature can be very, very deceitful. Be mindful about that, people. But most importantly, be mindful about yourself and be aware of yourself while you're maneuvering through life. And the more that you do that and you carry through and maneuver, you're going to discover a whole lot about yourself if you do so in a very honest and truthful way. You're going to notice that. You're going to notice it. Improve on being yourself every day. Make yourself be very, very clear and intentional about the day that you're going to have and not being so wrapped up in your thoughts and your feelings. And high key, at the same time, you're like not really in control of any of that to begin with. That's like outside of your control. But align yourself with God and the spirit of truth and stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Seriously, people. But that's been the I say the main thing that's been on my mind as of late. People confusing who they are with what they have to do. And what you have to do is completely different from who you are. And a lot of arguments that I do hear from people is that in order for me to figure out who I am, I have to be just doing things. But you can go throughout your whole life being unconscious of yourself while thinking that you're getting closer to yourself, and you're not. Who you are is innate. It's not going to come from outside of you. I can't stress that enough. I seriously can't stress that enough. But yeah, that's literally all I got for you guys. I gotta like head up out of here like soon. Some people just need to realize that God is the missing part of their life and the one who can save them. Very, 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 very important thing that you just said. Jules 777 Entourage. That is so important. Oh my God. That is the most essential thing, if you ask me. People living godless lives. And they're so blinded by the darkness that they're living in that they're going to, like, this, you're going to experience a second blindness once you get out the darkness, and that is the blindness of the light of God. And one story that's remarkable of this for me in the Bible is Saul on his road to Damascus when he got blinded by the light of Christ and the light of God. And his first original darkness with walking, being blind to the spirit and thinking that he was doing the right thing. But that's the only way to fill that void. That's literally the only way to fill that void. And once that void get filled by the Spirit of God, I'll truly know that that's when your true purpose in life is going to hit you. But as long as that's missing, you're going to keep chasing outer things and outer events and keep confusing that as if that's you and what you're supposed to be doing. And you're going to keep being left more empty than when you started. That seemed like that's the order. That truly seemed like that's the order. Don't chase outer events. Don't chase outer things, and live from the spirit of truth and live from the spirit of God. And then after that, the light will shine from inside of you first and then outside of you. And then you will know how to truly carry yourself in this dark, demented world. This world is nuts. This world is truly crazy, people. What's wrong is right, and what's right is wrong. What's bad is good, and what's good is bad. Everything is so backwards. Don't fall into any of the traps that evil is laid out for you. There's a whole lot to go around. Seriously. Get to know yourself. Truly get to know yourself. And don't confuse yet again the goals that you have with the purpose that you have in your life, because they're two distinct things. Your goals is pretty much going to express what's hidden into the known world, but your purpose is unseen and it's hidden. And that's what you need to search for, what's hidden. If you really want to discover where your purpose is at, go on that journey, go on that inward journey. Instead of seeking validation from things, people, places, and all of that, because it's going to lead you further away from God. It's going to lead you further away from God. Like I said, I'm about to get up out of here. I got a podcast that's about to upload by the end of the day or tomorrow. If you want to hear more from me, go watch my previous videos. I got a decent amount. Thank you guys for listening. And I want you guys to serve your purpose and love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your might, with all your soul, with everything that you have, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And you'll be doing the world a huge service. You'll be doing the world a huge service. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Stick through it. Be present at any given moment. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet, and yesterday no longer exists. It's over with. So be here right now, because being here right now is the most important thing that God has gifted you with being present. Pray without ceasing. But I'm out of here, seriously. Love every last one of y'all, man. And serve your purpose. Take action towards your dreams and aspirations. Have a good one. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is the main essential one. Bye. Don't forget Jesus loves you. That's the one I was just responding to. Absolutely, Jules. Thank you for contributing to this live. I really, really appreciate it. Serve your purpose and honor the two greatest commandments that was given by him himself. All right? Much love.